Hello, 8th grade. Our first math lesson, you did the diagnostic yesterday on IXL, and so today we are going to work on exponential notation. If you do not have a piece of paper and a pencil or another writing utensil, please pause the video and go get one because you will need it for this lesson. Okay, let's look at a couple definitions first here. I'm going to move my bubble. Order of magnitude. The exponent in the power of 10 when that decimal is expressed in scientific notation. So we have down here kind of an example of that. And then scientific notation. The representation of that decimal as the product of a decimal s and a power of 10, where s satisfies the property that its absolute value is at least 1 but less than 10. So here we have 192.7, and then expressed in scientific notation, we have 1.927, so less than 10 but more than 1, times 10 to the second. Okay, because we need to move that decimal point 2 places in order to get to our original number. So first of all, let's just look at this and kind of break down what scientific notation and exponential notation is. So when adding copies of a number, we use an abbreviation. So when we add, if we're adding 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, I think that's 5, we can abbreviate it by saying 5 times 3. So those will give you the same answer. If you add 5 3's together, you're going to get 15. If you multiply 5 times 3, you're going to get 15. Okay. So there's another example underneath it. When multiplying 5 factors of 3, so instead of adding 5 factors of 3, you're multiplying them. How do we abbreviate that? Well, you can see down here, it's 3 to the 5th power, because we have 5 3's. So the 3 isn't changing, except we're just abbreviating it by saying we're going to multiply 3 5 times, and that's what that 5 means. Okay, so what is the difference between these two? 5 times 3 represents summons, so addition of 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. And 3 to the 5th represents multiplication. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay? So 3 to the 5th is expressing exponential notation. Nice big word there for you. So let's write these problems in exponential notation. So first we know that our base number is going to be 5. And then we have to count how many 5's there are. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to write 5 to the 6th. Okay, representing 5 times 5, 6 times. Okay, we can also do it with negative numbers. Notice that the negative is in parentheses, so we don't get it confused with subtraction. So we see our base number is -2. And then how many times are we doing that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have -2 to the 5th. So again, parentheses whenever you're doing a negative number. Okay. And then also if you're doing a fraction, because there's more than one number there. Okay, that's what that bottom says. So we can also write it in reverse. So if you're given the exponential form, 13 to the 4th, what is it going to look like? 13 times itself 4 times. Okay, so again with negative numbers, it's a little different. The final product or the answer could be positive or negative. So if you multiply -3 times -3, what are you going to get? 9. So is that positive or negative? It's positive, but we use 2 negative numbers to multiply to get there. Okay, you add another -3, so you have -3 to the 3rd, then you're going to get a negative answer. So if we take 9 times -3, we get -27. So when you deal with negative numbers, you want to remember that if it's to an odd power, like 3 or 5 or 7 or any other number that's odd, you are going to have a negative answer in the case of -27. If it's an even power, like here when we had 2 or 4, 6, any other even number, it's going to be positive. Okay? So you can also take numbers like 8 or 16 and write them in exponential notation with a different number as the base. So if we write 8 and 64 in the exponential form with the base of 2. Okay, so how many times do you multiply by 2 to get to 8? Okay, so we have 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So that's 3. So you're going to take 2 to the third power. And I just give you the answer for the next one, so hold on. So 2 to the third power. And then if we do 16, so right now we're at 8 with 3, so then 8 times 2 is 16. So that's going to be 4, okay? So 2 times 2 equals 4 times 2 equals 8. And then down here, 16, 2 times 2 equals 4, times 2 equals 8, times 2 equals 16, okay? I don't know why my slides are giving me such problems today. Okay, there we go. So then we have, again, 2 to the third, because we multiplied 2 times 2 times 2, and then 2 to the fourth. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? So we used 2 as the base to write 8 and 16. You can also use -2. Remember, even is going to give you a positive number. So if you write -2 to the fourth, write it out, what do you get? Okay, you can see here that it's 16 because we took -2 times -2, which is 4, times -2, which is -8, times a -2, which is 16. I know that's a lot, but it does make sense, okay? So we have some practice problems here. I want you to take your piece of paper, you're going to hit pause on the video, find all the answers, and then hit play to get the answer, okay? So check your answers here. So for 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 written in exponential form, we have 5 to the 5th power. 5 is our base, and we're doing multiplying it 5 times. Next, we have -3 to the 4th in expanded form, and then solve it. So we write out -3 4 times, and you get 81. -3 times -3 is 9, times -3 is -27, times -3 is 81, okay? Down here it says rewrite the following in exponential form using 3 as the base. So here we have 9 is 3 to the second, so you multiply 3 twice to get to 9. We have 3 is 3 to the first power because you only multiply it once. 27, 3 to the third power. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. And then finally, like down here, we have 81 is 3 to the fourth. So your assignment is going to be on IXL to work on the skill of understanding exponents, which is F.1. I will suggest the skill to you, and I will also link it on Edmodo with your lesson. If you want to do some more practice problems right now, you can keep going in this video and we'll work through a few more. Otherwise, go to IXL and complete your assignment due on Thursday. Okay, so again, pause the video, complete the question, complete the problems, and then hit play to find the answers. So we have 8 as our base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the 7th. We're writing 2 to the 6th in expanded form and then solving it. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 2 is 64. And then rewrite the following in exponential form using 4 as the base. So we have 4 times 4 gets us to 16, so that's 4 squared, or 4 to the second power. We have 4 equals 4 to the first power. 64 is 4 to the third, because we take 16 times 4, and that gets us to 64. And then 64 times 4 gets us to 256 for 4 to the fourth. All right, if you still need some help, let me know and I can get you some more problems to work on. Otherwise, go ahead and work on your assignment on IXL. Have a great day.